So I started talking to this guy and things were moving pretty fast, but overall okay. After a couple of weeks, he sent me a screenshot of this really sweet written note that he had put in his Apple Notes on his phone.
Yeah.
He said he wrote it about me, but the note had another girl's name on it.
Okay.
Fam? When I asked him about it, he said it was his cousin and he originally sent it to her to comfort her because their grandfather had recently passed and she was very close to him. I was a little confused because...
Sus.
Fam? I was a
Sus.
little confused because why does a message to his cousin match a message he would send to me?
Sus.
Bro,
Facts.
but I
Sus.
let it go. Your business. Fast forward 2 weeks, I look up his socials and on Instagram, the same girl's name is in his bio with that padlock emoji. Bro, I confronted him about it and said, either you lied to me or you're f***ing your cousin. Both are going to piss me off. So which one is it?
Jokes.
Fucking funny. He proceeded to say that she was his ex and he lied to me because of his childhood trauma. Still confused about how those two correlate, I asked what this trauma was.
Yeah.
I asked what this trauma was. He proceeded to tell me this entire story about how when he was in the 7th grade, he was talking to this young girl on Kik Messenger.
Oh, wow. Kick,
Fam?
you know?
They decided to send pictures back and forth. His mum saw the messages on his phone and realized that the texts were coming from an adult. Based on the wording of the messages, the cops got involved. 2 weeks later, the cops were no further in finding the man-stroke woman that was allegedly messaging him. Mm-hmm. He was home alone when a grown man knocked on his door. The man busted into his house and beat and raped him. So, of course, it is hard for me to believe this story, but at the same time, I'd feel like a bitch if it was true and I'd call him a liar. Before I could respond, though, he told me he was going to off himself and blocked me on everything. Fam? I was stunned. What the f*** do I do now?
Yeah.
15 minutes later, his older brother messaged me on Instagram and is asking me what is wrong with his brother.
Yeah.
He then asked me if I would FaceTime chat with him. I did, and I proceeded to tell him the entire story. His brother told me that it was all a lie, and then also said that his brother has done this to countless other girls.
Oh, my God.
Bro, end of story.
Oh, my goodness.
Mr. Compulsive Liar.
Mr. Compulsive Liar, indeed.
Bro.
So,
Yeah,
fam,
to recap,
yeah, please.
she is chatting to a brer and things are moving fast, but she likes it.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, he sends her a handwritten note of some love poem thing, whatever, and it's got her next thing's name in it.
Sus.
When she goes on his Instagram, she sees the same name with the padlock emoji, which is such a waste man emoji.
That is,
I can't stand it.
Sus.
So when she says, is this your girl or your cousin, fam?
Either way, you're lying.
Either way, you're a liar.
Tell me the truth.
Man said, it's my ex-girl, but she's still in my bio. I lied to you about it because of my childhood trauma. What's the childhood trauma, fam? Long story short, in year 7, I was messaging a ting. Turns out that ting was a brer. That brer found out where I lived, broke in my yard while I was all alone, beat me the fuck up, and had his way with me. That's why I had to lie to you.
They don't even
Fam,
correlate.
it's
They
irrelevant.
don't even correlate. Like,
And before she had a chance to say anything, he said, I'm going to myself.
by the way, before you can respond, I'm offing myself.
Yeah, I'm going to myself now. Bye.
Block, 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 block.
Block, 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 block.
Block.
15 minutes later, his brother chats to the girl and says, why is my brother acting like this? She FaceTimed and explains the whole thing. And the brother, cool as Larry, said, he's lying. He's lying.
My little brother's a little liar.
Yeah, my brother's a liar.
He's done this to
And
countless
he
of women.
stays doing this. I can imagine on FaceTime homeboys in the corner just crying. And his brother's fed the up.
Bro, this reminds me of a story. This reminds me of a Cheetahs episode that I watched. This is when I was in.
I already know this is funny. A Cheetahs episode.
No, not Cheetahs, sorry, Catfish. Catfish episode, sorry, Catfish episode. I was in Malta. This is when I was still on holiday. One of the nights I didn't go out. I just put the TV on a generic TV and I think it was TLC. They were showing, what did I say it's called?
Catfish.
Again? Catfish. I was going to say Cheetahs again. They were showing Catfish.
Look at this guy. This guy actually shares his statistics. This guy being Ali Abdaal. Ali Abdaal, who I've shouted out a million times, just at that time had launched his first ever year in review video of how much money he made as a YouTuber. And I was like, you're winding me up.
Yeah.
Like, and he was like, bro, I promise you, like, he's got the graph in front of you. It literally says how much he's making every day. And I'm like, bro, that's impossible. So we're going. And I was like, oh, I love like, and then I was talking about like, oh, do you know what my session is? Like, I would love to be a podcaster. Like, I'm obsessed with podcasts. I listen to podcasts literally 8 hours a day. It's all I listen to. It's all I care about. And I'm obsessed with it. And he was like, bro, you could literally put a podcast on YouTube and you're a YouTuber. Like, you could do that. And I was like, oh, that's cool. So then after that conversation, I was like, I'm actually going to be a YouTuber now because I have to buy the Aston Martin. Whether it's for dad, whether it's for me, whether it's for whatever the fuck, I don't care. I have to buy it.
Yeah.
And I have to live the dream. Like, Santa is real and I promise you I'm going to do it. So from then, we started scheming about how I'm going to do it. And then we're like, what do we like? What do we do? And the podcasting thing is like, it was like a gap or 2 or 3 steps away from me because I was like, I want to do this podcast thing, but I don't know what to do.
You don't have to navigate that.
Yeah, I don't know what you need.
Yeah.
I don't know how microphones work.
Yeah.
I don't know what an XLR cable is. I don't know like anything. I don't know how it works. I don't know how they're getting their voice into a microphone to come on to like a screen. It's not making sense to me. So I'm just going to make videos without a microphone. So what I did was I was like, all right, cool. So I'm not going to do a podcast because I actually don't know what to do, but I'm going to start a YouTube channel. And he was like, gang. So I did start a YouTube channel. I just started. I didn't know anything about making YouTube videos, right? And I just made this account, started posting videos about TV and film reviews like we do now.
Facts.
I made like 5 or 6 episodes and I was super stoked about it, but it was taking ages. And I was like, I don't want to just talk about movies and TV all the time. It's boring. I love it more than anything, but I can't be bothered to just find things to talk about. It's just so jarring. I just want to talk about what I want to talk about. And then we circle back to the podcast thing. But because I've spent so long on this channel, I'm gonna say so long, I meant like a month. But because I've spent so long learning how to use this, and then the comments will say, bro, you need a microphone. You sound like shit. So I'm like, oh, I'm gonna have to get a microphone.
Yeah.
So then I get a microphone and I learn how to use that. And then like, your microphone's not even turned on. Like, learn how to do your job.
Yeah.
So then I learn how to turn it on. And then I learn how to use like GarageBand, that you can stick this in and it will work on this. And then you learn how to use just like, basically everything. And then everything I learned from this channel meant they're like, oh, I actually can start a podcast because I've learned everything now. I've learned how to use a mic. I've learned how to use editing software. I know how to use everything. Like that's what they do. This is what they do. And I was like, gang, okay, cool. Like, I guess we're going to do it.
Yeah.
And then I remember, obviously everyone knows the story. I begged you for months and months and months. Podcast. You were like, no.
Yeah.
Then eventually you said yes. So we skip forward and then we start the channel. And here we are.
With 1 million.
Nearly 4 years later.
True, nearly 4 years
Took a minute, but yeah, we got here, 1 million subscribers. And this is all I've ever wanted, because that same day with Lewis, the same day we were there with Lewis, I remember him saying to me, 1 million subscribers is where it's at. Because anyone can call themselves a YouTuber and you can make money from a 10K, 20K, 30K, 100K, 150K, 250K, 400, 500K. But the biggest YouTuber on the planet will never like turn his nose up at someone who's got 1 million subscribers because it's impossibly hard to do.
Yeah.
And no one does it. And I think I checked the stats yesterday. There's like a good few billion YouTube accounts.
Makes sense.
There's a couple billion YouTube accounts and 35,000 1 millions.
Wow.
Jesus. Wow.
Yeah, so that's like 0.00 something percent of people with YouTube channels who have
1
a million
plus.
subs.
And we managed to
Yeah,
slide in there.
yeah. So,
We're in that category now.
Perspective.
yeah, and he was like, no one can chat shit to you once you get a million. Once you get a million, there's no gray areas. You're rich and you are a YouTuber. No one can say anything to you. So like once you get to a million, that means you've officially made it.
Yeah.
And I remember we've said this a couple times before. When we started this, Fuad and I got together and we set a goals list.
Yeah.
And the goals list had a million things on it. And I said to him, once we complete this goals list, it means we're on our way. Once we complete the second goals list, it means we've made it. And the last tick on the second goals list was 1 million subscribers on YouTube.
What was it?
Yeah. And that was the day that I knew I said to him, once we complete this list, we will be rich and we will have made it.
Yeah.
I remember saying it to him because I remember as I was writing it, I was like, this is unachievable.
Damn.
This is unachievable. But if we ever do it, it means we've made it. And we've done it.
And we've been made it. We've been making it.
Bro.
We've been making it.
Very, 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 very special day today. And I'm only deep in it now that we're talking about it.
Yeah.
Very, very, very special day. So if you're still here because I've been waffling, thank you very, very, very much.